For over 15 years, Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated has been a beacon of light, guiding local families through difficult times. Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated proudly provides all families with compassionate choices for professional funeral care at reasonable prices. Get the answers you need 24 hours a day. No answering services, hidden costs, add-on fees, confusing fine print, or those scary-looking contracts. Remember, Gallup Funeral Services owns and operates the only crematory in Dare County, keeping our cremations affordable and convenient. Gallup Memorial Chapel in Bargo, North Carolina is now open and minutes from Moyock and Elizabeth City. From traditional church services and graveside burials to direct cremations and advanced planning, let Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated light the way for your family. Don't be pressured or confused by the other funeral homes. It's always your choice. Choose Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated. Call Courtney at 252-216-8030 to get a plan started today and visit our new website at gallupfuneralservices.com.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
News team, assemble!
Joining us live because if you want to know anything about the Outer Banks, Sam Walker's the dude to fill you in.
The sea was angry that day, my friends. Like an old man trying to send back soup in a deli.
Always appreciate talking to you.
Always good stuff with Sam Walker in the Outer Banks.
Now here's Les Nessman and the news.
And good morning, everyone. Welcome to OBX Today, live for January 19th, 2022, presented by Gallup Funeral Services. Make sure you're hitting that like button, subscribe, smash the bell to know whenever we go live, and make sure you're sharing it too, especially when we got days like this when we're talking about the weather and what we're going to be dealing with over the next 3 days, it looks like, here in eastern North Carolina and into even southeastern Virginia. It's going to be a mess. Another winter storm is on the way, and it's kind of a multiple storm situation. And yeah, it looks like it's going to be just a cold rain on the beach. Sorry, folks. Moose out front should have told you. It's not looking great for wintry weather on the beaches. Much better possibility inland. So let's get right to it and give you the briefing that we got from the National Weather Service this morning. This was put out roughly, what time is it? 6 a.m. And right now, here's what they're thinking. 1 to 4 inches of snow and sleet possible for inland areas. Highest totals expected north of 264. We could see some of this sleet on the Outer Banks. Snow-covered roads, reduced visibility, poor travel. Elevated surfaces will be slick with light icing due to cold ground at the start. The biggest impacts look like maybe possibly ice for a lot of places. Late Thursday night through Friday night. We probably going to see the rough seas and strong wind gusts and small craft conditions approaching gale strength on Friday. The travel and ice are going to be the biggest significant impacts. There is a winter storm watch now posted for inland counties away from the water, south of the Albemarle Sound. Although Hyde County is in that winter storm watch, Beaufort County is, Terrell County, Washington County, and on out to the west towards Greenville and Kinston and down to Jacksonville and New Bern. They really are looking at possibly some pretty decent ice situation down south. So here's kind of what the Weather Service is looking at with the potential for ice tomorrow night into Friday night. Just a light glaze, if that, up towards the Albemarle Sound. The farther south you go, it gets worse as far as the conditions go. Jacksonville and on down that way, probably looking at a pretty decent amount of ice, up to a half inch of coverage. Now, as far as the snow and sleet, well, yep, again, it's that dusting along the sounds on the western shoreline. But as you get farther inland, 1 to 2 inches, 2 to 3 inches. Now, before you jump ahead and say, well, where's the stuff above the Albemarle Sound? So Currituck and Elizabeth City and Chowan. We're going to get to that because we don't have a briefing yet of this type from the National Weather Service office in Wakefield yet. We're expecting that any time now. But we are going to be running through some of the details that they've got. But we are looking at some snow for interior sections of northeastern North Carolina. You kind of extrapolate out where the map here are 3 to 4 inches for Williamston and Roper. Take that on up into Bertie and Chowan and Hertford, 2 to 3 towards Elizabeth City, maybe even over to Currituck and Camden. 1 to 2 as you get closer to the water, but again, less than an inch of snow sleet expected on the beaches. If that, it's really just going to be more of a mix. Now, confidence is medium right now that the event will occur, and high on the expected impacts. A pretty good chance we're going to see significant icing possible, half-inch to possible in some locations down to our south. 1 to 4 inches of combined snow and sleet with the best chance for snow Friday night into early Saturday morning. So that's where we stand right now as far as what the National Weather Service in Newport is thinking, which covers the beaches and from Duck south and then south of the Albemarle Sound. Now, I have been looking at the text products this morning from the folks at the National Weather Service office in Wakefield. And again, I don't have a briefing from them yet. They're getting that together. We should have it shortly, if not later on this morning. And we'll have that for you at obxtoday.com. Still need to go in and update with the latest information we just got in the last couple of hours on the story at obxtoday.com. But we will be dealing with this for the next 2 days into Saturday morning, and turning our attention now to north of the Albemarle Sound. We got a front that's going to come through tonight or tomorrow. Arctic front's coming through. Rain's going to be the main predominant precipitation type with that. But as it gets over us, it's going to get hung up. And that's where that's going to slow down. And this low that's going to be coming out from the south, which is going to be our main weather maker on Friday, is going to kind of hang this front up. And we're going to be right on the edge of precipitation type for here, say where I'm at in Currituck, over to Elizabeth City. That's what we're looking at. You get up into Chesapeake, get up into Norfolk, get up into Hampton. It's going to be a snow event. Most likely. The front pushes south Thursday night with the precipitation coming in. At some point, the southern movement will slow, if not completely stop, across southeastern Virginia, northeast North Carolina, as moisture from the developing low pressure to the south overruns the front. Models show only a shallow layer of cold air at the surface across northeast North Carolina with some warm air aloft. Thus, the rain-snow mix will mix with sleet and freezing rain across northeast North Carolina, but stay mostly snow across southeastern North Carolina. This is when some icing accumulations might occur across the northeast. Meanwhile, precipitation ends after midnight across areas farther to our northwest. The models are in decent agreement for a quicker moving system along the mid-Atlantic coast Friday and Friday night before exiting on Saturday. And with the cold air in place, most of the precipitation will be snow across Virginia and Maryland. However, a warm nose aloft Friday and Friday night keeps a mixed bag of precip across northeastern North Carolina. There is some concern about the marine influence results and some rain snow mixing along the beaches right now. Many challenges still remain as the system still more than 48 hours away. The upshot will be for a significant winter storm from most of the mid-Atlantic, with mainly snow from Virginia on north and ice across eastern North Carolina. So, given the scenarios that we're looking at, winter storm watches will be issued later today. It looks like for late Friday through Saturday afternoon for areas north of the Albemarle Sound up to the state line and into southeastern Virginia. So while we have the winter storm watch, as we showed you earlier, for areas south of the Albemarle Sound, it'll be later today when we see it for north of the Albemarle Sound. As far as the winds go, I'm going to go back to that windy.com map that did a good job handling things with our last storm system. The front's going to come through. We're right southwest right through the day, then shifting to the northwest tomorrow, the north tomorrow night, but not looking at a very windy situation. Pretty standard winds, 20, maybe some gusts to 30, but really not looking at a wind event out of this until we get to Friday. Then the winds kind of pick up Friday morning, and we'll be in that sustained 20, maybe some gusts to 30. Friday night, though, we're probably looking at some wind gusts of 40 to 50 on Hatteras Island. But this is not going to be a long event. It'll go Friday night into Saturday morning. So we're looking at probably a 12-hour blowout of the north and then northwest. So we might see a little sound-side water level rises down on Hatteras Island, mainly from Buxton south. But we're not looking at a significant long-term event. And the winds actually ease off, so it won't be a huge amount of overwash expected with this system. Really, the main focus on this one is going to be the snow and the ice potential out of it over the next, on Thursday night through Saturday morning. It is OBX Today Live here on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for joining us on this Wednesday morning as we continue to look at what our weather system situation's looking like. I'm just going to bounce through what the zone forecast, that's the forecast we use in the OBX Today Weather Center on radio and online. Right now, Nags Head just looking at a rain event. Thursday afternoon, rain starts with a high 56 during the day tomorrow, and winds be breezy out of the north at 15 to 20, some gusts at 30. Rain likely Thursday night, windy with north winds 30 gusts to 35. Rain and wind on Friday with sustained winds out of the north at 30, gusts to 35. And then the rain tapering off Friday night into Saturday, maybe mixing with some snow for the northern beaches. On Hatteras Island, it's all rain. Winds of 30 sustained with gusts of 40 out of the north. It looks like it's just going to be a rain event on Hatteras Island. Then we get into Currituck, and that's, depending on where you're at in Currituck, that rain snow line is going to be right over top of us. Down south, less of a chance of the mixed precipitation, better chance towards the state line. But again, Thursday with the rain starting in the afternoon. Thursday night, possibly mixing with some freezing rain, then some sleet overnight Thursday night. Chance of rain and snow Friday morning. Snow and sleet Friday morning, mixing with rain as we get into the midday. Then all rain in the afternoon. Rain continuing Friday night, then back to a changeover of rain and snow briefly on Friday night. And then maybe some rain and snow Saturday, becoming all rain again. It's a lot of mixed up values in there, a lot of mix up. It's just going to be a mixed bag of stuff. We're going to see some snow for a while, some rain, some sleet, just about every type of precipitation type value, or rather type, between Thursday night and Saturday morning. Kind of the same forecast for Elizabeth City. Better chance of a more longer period of snow there. It's really going to be the rain snow line. It's going to be very, very, very close here in northeastern North Carolina. So that's the latest on this developing weather situation. Of course, we'll have the latest for you at obxtoday.com. We'll have the latest for you on all our Jam Media Solutions radio stations, Beach 104, Big 94.5 WCMS, 99.1 The Sound, and Z92.3. And, of course, I'll have updates here. We'll probably do some more of our special Storm Watch Facebook Live videos as we get a better idea this afternoon and evening and through the day tomorrow, a better idea of what we're going to be dealing with to wrap up this week and get into the weekend. Take a break, come back, and have more for you here on OBX Today Live, presented by Gallup Funeral Services.
For over 15 years, Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated has been a beacon of light, guiding local families through difficult times. Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated proudly provides all families with compassionate choices for professional funeral care at reasonable prices. Get the answers you need 24 hours a day. No answering services, hidden costs, add-on fees, confusing fine print, or those scary-looking contracts. Remember, Gallup Funeral Services owns and operates the only crematory in Dare County, keeping our cremations affordable and convenient. Gallup Memorial Chapel in Bargo, North Carolina is now open and minutes from Moyock and Elizabeth City. From traditional church services and graveside burials to direct cremations and advanced planning, let Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated light the way for your family. Don't be pressured or confused by the other funeral homes. It's always your choice. Choose Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated. Call Courtney at 252-216-8030 to get a plan started today, and visit our new website at gallupfuneralservices.com.
Our pet of the week for this week is Philip, aka Sir Philip. Philip was surrendered to us at no fault of his own. This handsome gentleman is just a bowling ball of love. Philip is a bulldog mix and around 1.5 years old. He isn't too into toys, but he loves affection and being with people. We think he can go to a home with another dog, but a dog meet is required. No cats for this big guy. To adopt Philip or foster one of our other animals, you can come visit us Monday through Saturday at our shelter located in Manio. The SPCA is now waiving all senior animals adoption fees thanks to the Donna Hannah Walker Fund. For more information, visit our website at www.obxspca.org or visit our OBX SPCA Facebook page.
Back on OBX Today Live here on Facebook and YouTube, I'm Sam Walker. A federal website where Americans can now order 4 free COVID-19 tests to be delivered to your home is launched. White House announced back on Friday that covidtest.gov would be available today. It started taking orders yesterday. It redirects users to a special U.S. Postal Service website where you can fill out a short form to get the free test. There's a limit of 1 order of 4 tests per household. Now, we did get an email from someone down in Hatteras who said they were having some trouble using it. We've learned that there have been some issues with folks who use P.O. boxes for their business, etc. We're going to get a little bit better information or explain those, an FAQ that the Postal Service has put out regarding trying to order these tests if you've run into trouble with them. And we'll get that up in our story we've got at obxtoday.com. Now, the tests are expected to start shipping by late this month, 7 to 12 days after their order, and take 1 to 3 days to arrive via the Postal Service. Yesterday, North Carolina hit 20,000 deaths in the pandemic. Also, a third of every test coming back positive, another huge jump in both cases and percent of positive tests in Dare County over the last 7 days. 4,630 patients were hospitalized through Tuesday with the coronavirus, according to the latest data from North Carolina health officials. We've got all that latest info from Dare County up at obxtoday.com. Dare County Board of Commissioners Chairman Bob Woodard will deliver the annual State of the County presentation today. That's at 2 o'clock. It'll be on YouTube, and we are going to have that YouTube live embed in the story we got at obxtoday.com. But if you go to youtube.com/Dare County, that's youtube.com/Dare County, you can watch that presentation. They're always very well done. It's a shame the last two we haven't been in person because Commissioner Woodard does a great job with that presentation every year. And it was usually held at Captain George's, had a breakfast, and then he'd do the presentation, works the crowd and interacts with everyone that's there because a lot of those who are there, it's talking about things that they're involved with. And but the last two, of course, that were last year was online. This year is going to be an online presentation as well. We're going through all the different projects that were completed in Dare County through 2021, updates on upcoming stuff, including College of Albemarle's new academic building in Manio, which is nearing completion. We'll get an update on the Miss Katie, the shallow draft hopper dredge that's under construction. In fact, watching the Dare County Board of Commissioners meeting last night, Jim Tobin, County Commissioner, is down in Louisiana where it's being built, actually, and had an update there. And we'll get a full update on the Miss Katie when Commissioner Woodard presents his video today. He also have plans and updates on the county's EMS facilities. Of course, the latest on the beach nursery projects that'll begin later this year and all this other stuff. And there's also a Q&A session that's taking place. There'll be an opportunity to submit emails during the event for a question and answer period that Commissioner Woodard's going to have at the end of that video or at the end of his presentation. We'll get all that up. You can go to obxtoday.com. You'll find the story that kind of breaks it down. But that's where we'll have the video for you at obxtoday.com to make it easier for you to find. But if you're like me, you've got the YouTube app, you can find it there. Just go on the Dare County channel when it goes live and watch it, or throw it up on the TV if you want. That's what I'll have going on this afternoon. Also today, Southern Shores Mayor Elizabeth Morey is going to be presenting the first of several mayor chats. It'll be an in-person event at 4 o'clock today in the Pitt Center meeting room at the Southern Shores Town Hall. If you got any questions, you can call Town Hall when they open up here shortly at 261-2394. They're going to be doing several of these. Mayor Morey's going to be doing these. They did announce yesterday or make their appointment yesterday for a new member of the town council in Southern Shores. We'll have details about that for you later at obxtoday.com, and we'll get that up for you in just a little bit. Lost Colonies Waterside Theater, we already told you about this back in November when they started pulling out the seats. The contract's been awarded and finalized, and the work is going to be underway to get those seats built by a firm in Michigan called Irwin Seating. It's a $236,000 contract to fabricate and install new seating in Waterside Theater at Fort Raleigh National Historic Site. They'll have cup holders with those seats, and they'll all be installed by the beginning of May, and more than a dozen seats will be wheelchair accessible. And you can check that out, details on that at obxtoday.com. Also, if you go to the Things to Do page right now, a cool event's been announced. It is tentatively set for March. It is the 2022 Rodanthe Bridge 5-mile and 5K run walk. Now, this is something that the Rodanthe Way Salvo Community Association has been working on, and they have been working on this for a little while of having some type of event like this. And it's going to be a chance for you, if you're so inclined, to take a walk or run on the new Jug Handle Bridge when it opens, or before it opens, not when it opens, although it actually will have pedestrian areas that are wide enough to that you could actually take a walk on it, and ride a bike. But this is going to be allow the bridge to be open to everybody, kind of like what they did before the Bass Night Bridge opened. The same thing's going to happen. You have a chance to take a 5-mile walk or a 5K. The 5 miles will be the full length out and back of the bridge, while the 5K will be to the middle of the bridge and back. You can either do one or the other. You can't do both. There'll be prizes for the top 3 men and top 3 women, plus age group awards in 10-year increments. And there won't be any double dipping, they said. You can sign up right now if you go to tinyurl.com/Rodanthe Run. We got the story up at obxtoday.com on the Things to Do page. And then afterwards, there'll be a cool hangout event, post-race party in the Rodanthe Way Salvo Community Building lot just down the road from the bridge. They'll have a DJ and music with beer, hot sandwiches, and food. Registered runners also get a souvenir long sleeve T-shirt. There'll be a finisher's medal and random prize drawings as well. Now, it's tentatively scheduled for March because that all pending when the bridge is completed and ready to have folks on it. So that gives us a better idea that it's, we've talked about early winter, late winter, early spring for the Jug Handle Bridge to open. That gives us a better idea. Now they're thinking probably March when it's going to be ready for this event, and then open to traffic not long after that. So just like with the Bass Night Bridge when it opened in February, they had to walk over it, and then it opened just a few days later. Same thing. Looks like it's going to be March for the Jug Handle Bridge at Rodanthe to open first to this cool run walk, and then, of course, to traffic. Can't happen soon enough. We saw that with the overwash in our last couple of storms. All right, take a break, come back with sports and weather. We'll run back through what we're thinking as far as the winter storm. That's all coming up here. It is OBX Today Live, presented by Gallup Funeral Services on Facebook and YouTube. I'm Sam Walker. Stay tuned.
For over 15 years, Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated has been a beacon of light, guiding local families through difficult times. Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated proudly provides all families with compassionate choices for professional funeral care at reasonable prices. Get the answers you need 24 hours a day. No answering services, hidden costs, add-on fees, confusing fine print, or those scary-looking contracts. Remember, Gallup Funeral Services owns and operates the only crematory in Dare County, keeping our cremations affordable and convenient. Gallup Memorial Chapel in Bargo, North Carolina is now open and minutes from Moyock and Elizabeth City. From traditional church services and graveside burials to direct cremations and advanced planning, let Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated light the way for your family. Don't be pressured or confused by the other funeral homes. It's always your choice. Choose Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated. Call Courtney at 252-216-8030 to get a plan started today, and visit our new website at gallupfuneralservices.com.
Whether you have a residential elevator in a home you own or there is one in a vacation home that you rent, you may encounter a hidden danger. In-home elevators with hazardous gaps can seriously injure or kill small children. The danger is the gap between the exterior hoistway door and the elevator car door, where small children can get trapped and crushed if they are in the space between the doors when the elevator moves. It's important to protect children by taking steps to eliminate gaps that are too big. Several companies have recalled elevators with hazardous gaps and are providing fixes free of charge. Check cpsc.gov to see if your elevator has been recalled. If the elevator has not been recalled, you should have a qualified elevator inspector examine it for hazardous gaps. If hazardous gaps exist, have space guards or electronic monitoring installed to remedy the hazard. Keep unsupervised children away from all residential elevators. Always remember to lock the elevator in an unusable position or lock all exterior doors to the elevator when not in use. If you are in a rental and aren't sure if the elevator is safe, check with the owner. Keep the children away from the elevator and lock or block the doors to keep children safe. Stay healthy, stay safe. Find specialized tips for residential elevator safety at cpsc.gov.
All right, back on OBX Today Live with a look at sports. And we'll get to your comments in a minute. I got a couple folks asking questions, and we'll get to those comments in a minute. We're still not seeing them pop up on our phone for some reason. But we will get to those comments here shortly. In sports, college basketball last night, Florida State edged Duke 79-78 in the late game. It was Central Florida over East Carolina in overtime, 92-85. That's after the Pirates had a double-digit lead in the second half, and UCF couldn't miss from three in the end of down the stretch at the end of regulation and into overtime. And then North Carolina laid an egg down in Miami. They were down at 32 at one point in this game, lost 85-57. Tonight, NC State hosting Virginia Tech at 7, Wake Forest at Georgia Tech at 7, Virginia's at Pitt at 9 o'clock. Keep in mind, high school basketball, a lot of games getting moved up to Thursday that were going to be played Friday. Northeastern and First Flight's one of those games already been moved. No JV. They're going to have to stick to the 6 and 7:30 schedule for those games tomorrow in Elizabeth City. But for Northeastern and First Flight, but no JV tomorrow night because you can't get officials. All right, let's see. OBX Today Weather Center forecast for today. We'll see mostly sunny skies and rather decent for this time of year. 57 for a high, light south wind, being up to 5 to 10 miles an hour, some gusts to 15. Tonight, increasing clouds, a low 49. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy. Rain likely in the afternoon, late afternoon, high 56. Winds will start picking up too. Rain likely Thursday night and windy and 38. Rain and 39, windy on Friday. Rain and snow Saturday with a high 42. That's for the beaches. Inland areas, looks like we'll start the rain tomorrow afternoon. It'll be mostly a mix after midnight. And then freezing rain, and sleet Thursday night. Then Friday starts out with some snow and sleet, then rain and snow mix, then all rain in the afternoon. Friday night, rain to start things, then it mixes with rain and snow, changes back to rain. And then rain, snow likely Saturday, all becoming rain by the mid-morning hours. The Winter Storm Watch currently in effect for south of the Albemarle Sound from Columbia west. Expect Winter Storm Watch to be expanded this afternoon for areas north of the Albemarle Sound. Coast Marine forecast. We've got southwest winds 10 to 15 knots, 1 to 2 foot waves in the sound, seas 2 to 3 feet. Our water temperatures upper 40s to around 50. Got high tide just coming off high tide at Oregon Inlet a few minutes ago at 8:25. Low tide this afternoon at 3:22. Sunset tonight at 5:15. Sunrise tomorrow is at 7:09. Currently outside the studios in Uptown Nags Head, 34 degrees. And that's a look at your OBX Today Weather Center forecast. All right, let me get to the comments here. Let's see. George, thanks for checking in again this morning from Connecticut. Deidre down in Texas. Carol up in Maryland. Bill, Nags Head. OBX Shelley, yep, we got our newsletter back. I know some folks have been asking about that, our daily newsletter from obxtoday.com. We're transitioning our service provider for that. Ran into a few hiccups, that happens, and we finally got it up and running finally, so all good there. Merman Dan, good morning. Bill out in western Pennsylvania, good morning. Yeah, Mark, looks like we might see a snowstorming coming, maybe. Betty, no, the water's all down. Water dropped off yesterday morning. It was all fine, so no issues on water standing along the sound side. Although with the winds pushing the water back and forth, next couple of days will be kind of fluxing. We might see a little bit of sound side flooding out of this next storm down south. Merman, yeah, they dredging at the fishing center with the Coast Guard. Not sure how they're going to be doing that. That may just be Sidecaster. I'm not sure if it's going to be the Merit or exactly what they're going to be doing as far as dredging there. We'll find out. Hopefully we can get some updates from the Corps of Engineers on which dredge is going to handle that. So, all right, that's going to do it for OBX Today Live for today here on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you mash that like button, subscribe, hit the bell to know whenever we go live. We'll have that video link up for Bob Woodard with the State of Dare County presentation at 2 o'clock today. We did get email here on the show while we were on the show that we are looking at the briefing. We're going to have a webinar coming up at 9:30 from the National Weather Service. That's going to be available. We are going to get that. They'll post that as a video that you can watch later on. We'll have that for you at obxtoday.com once it's available. And, of course, we'll be here with you with all the latest on the storm potential over the next 72 hours. It's like Thursday night, rain, mixing with all kinds of stuff. It's mainly for the inland areas. The beach is probably going to miss out. Just get rain and some wind again. All right, have yourself a great Wednesday, everybody. It's OBX Today Live, presented by Gallup Funeral Services on Facebook and YouTube. I'm Sam Walker. We'll see you next time. Bye.